Hey there, everyone. Hopefully, you're jacked up here for tonight. Major League Baseball fantasy plays for the day, and looking at these, a lot of interesting, of course, pitching matchups and options here. When you get into like an optimizer tool, like several of them out there that are more popular, they change throughout the day, from what I understand. And but this one here, using the numbers and splits and so forth for left-right-handedness and so on and so forth. If you're listening to the things, obviously that matter as well, such as these not including like pitcher types, curveball analysis. Other than obviously fast and slider balls, doesn't take these things into account. But the good thing here is that you've won half your battle and already taken into consideration the analyzation of the last 3-year average. Okay, so that would be if it's going by exactly 3 years, going back to 2017, 16, obviously, and probably a part of 2015 to get this data. So, for example, today Walker Buehler, I've noticed here, even though he's only started this season, as far as I'm understanding, 862 versus righties, and there are confirmed 6 righties on the Colorado Rockies. However, the Rockies have been playing poorly, especially on the road. This is in Dodger Stadium, so if you want to consider him, he could be a fine cash play option for today. But there are tons of options as you can look at, this particular optimizer, and you can get a copy to try out this optimizer as well if you click in the description of the YouTube video here and check out some of this information, as well. Gio Gonzalez, the most highly ranked, perhaps for cash, and while he does not have the highest upside, as you can see here, his highest point game total was 50-some points, as opposed to Greinke, for example, at 67. And if you want to just take it like, depending on what you want to do, if you want to take the last 10 game average, you can see that highest game there as well. Or even if you're just more concerned with the last 5 games, you can just hover over here where this little fire symbol is and see that. So, using these splits, obviously, for pitchers and batters is very valuable indeed. Looking at all these other stats I'm showing, innings pitched, averages, and so on and so forth with the stats here that it includes. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is see what I've done to try to come up with, at least at this point in time of the day in the afternoon, to make this quick, generate a lineup for you here. Okay, so where I've already generated Greinke as our starting pitcher. That would be nice for a tournament play. I'm loving Sanchez along with Castro, getting ourselves some undervalued, perhaps, Miami Marlins, as I can see here, as well with Brinson. I'm liking that today versus a poor Mets pitcher. I don't recall the name, but I know there's a fantastic split there as well versus with the platoon. And some of these guys, this is a mini stack of 3 with the Marlins here. We've also got Rendon and Turner, which I like. Since I've watched all these players here, I approve of this lineup with Taylor as well, stacking out the Nats. Definitely a tournament stack with a lot of upside with Sanchez. And even if you want to play any other Yankees, I'm fine with that. Conforto, great play versus Miami and their poor pitcher as well. So that should be a fine play. If you want to keep this in mind for the day, left you some $300 salary left over as well on FanDuel. You can do the same thing on DraftKings as well. So I just want to leave you with the valuable tournament play for the day as it turned out, and have a good one.